Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. This is my post-market wrap-up on this Tuesday, April 26, 2022. Right off the bat, this is a tough market, honestly, and I think that should be pretty obvious. But I would argue, honestly, that prior to, last Friday's sell-off, the market was holding its own. We were not too far off of new record highs. Then what happened? We got, more members of the Federal Reserve rearing their ugly heads, and I mean ugly, talking about, aggressive rate hikes moving forward, which isn't going to do a damn thing for inflation, and they know it. They know it. All this is going to do is hurt the regular guy and the regular girl in an economy that is in free fall, skyrocketing prices with no end in sight. Prior to that, like I said, this market was holding its own. And then today, the market started out lower. And then when news got out of this Russian official, a top Russian official saying that nuclear war is a real possibility, whammo! You saw stocks take a bigger hit, the dollar knee-jerk higher, safety trade, fear trade into the 10-year yield, which came down. So look, there's a lot going on right now in this market. With regard to the banks, there's no doubt this has been a bad play for a while, but I still believe it's going to play out longer term. Why? Okay, let me put a perspective on that. The real issue with the banks here right now is pretty straightforward in my view. There is still all this speculation as to how much exposure these banks have, the major banks have, to Russian debt. Okay, I'd be willing to bet that it's substantial, very substantial. However, this is a crisis. Don't forget about it. And when it comes to light, again, this is my opinion, whatever debt that these banks are holding, Russian debt that they're holding, it's going to be written off, forgiven, whatever, because it's a crisis. It's a war. And these banks are going to be smiling from ear to ear. They probably couldn't be happier to get those liabilities off of their balance sheets. And I think, honestly, banks are going to respond very positively. But in the meantime, look, these are my core positions. You know that. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, along with a whole bunch of other core positions for which anyone can see right on my lovely website, traderschoice.net, Gregory Mannarino stock picks. And these pay a nice dividend. So we just sit back and ride it out. And like I said, this is a tough market, and the market is not for everybody, but you can't get rattled. You sit back. Look, we can't just smile during times when the market seems to be going up every freaking single day. We have to realize that there are times that are going to be like they are now. And that's just the nature of the beast. That's the nature of this business. With that said, there's a couple of other things that are going on. Very interesting. Let me start tapping into that, and I want to go back to the market. Just, billionaire investor Thomas Patafi, he said today that this is interesting, the way he put that. People are dancing on the Titanic with regard to this threat of nuclear war from Russia. Maybe he knows something that we don't know. Okay, anything is possible. But look, is that a surprise? Is that a secret that just got out? I don't think so, because you and I already understand we've been anticipating a total meltdown, a complete total meltdown of the system at one point. And it's going to begin in the debt market. People, look at the debt market today. Like I said, you got this safety trade, fear trade play out. Knee-jerk higher in the dollar. The dollar is a unit of debt. A substantial move higher in the dollar today. And then this 10-year yield dropping as cash makes its way into safety of the debt market. But it's not the big one, again, because we're not seeing the sell-off in the debt market that's going to precede everything. Okay, yes, markets can go all over the place, and we can still see a significant drop from here. There's no doubt that this market could peel off further. But anyway, I don't know about you. At least I think. I don't know about you, but what we're doing, you and I, is positioning ourselves for the big one. All right, that is being in hard assets, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, more specifically silver, cryptos, which took a hit today, and staying long, large cap dividend paying stocks for now. Let's just see where this goes. Like I said, I'm not going to change a damn thing with regard to what I'm doing until I see the implosion in the debt market. That's it. I will continue to look for opportunities to buy whatever core positions I may have cheaper, buy stock in these companies cheaper than I have. I'm in this for the long game. You know that. Anyway, let us move forward here. So on the back of the sell-off in the market, the Nasdaq got hit the hardest. Here. By the way, Fed President Brainerd, apparently she was approved. The Senate approved of her to be vice chair of the Federal Reserve. Oh, imagine my shock here. No, people, look, this is a freak show. And the Federal Reserve, forget about Senate approving anyone. If we had any representation, we would be getting rid of this criminal organization here. All they have done is destroy the world, and they continue to do so. Instead of approving another freak here for the Federal Reserve vice chair position, maybe the Fed should be held to account for missing their market inflation by exponents, and this fake, false game that they're playing right now. Oh yeah, we're going to raise the federal funds rate and that's going to combat inflation. It's such a lie. It's such a bold-faced lie. And again, is one of our senators here holding the Fed to account? Anybody at all? No. They're going to keep doing what they are doing. And they're bringing not just the United States and its citizens, but the world to its knees. I think you all know that. So anyway, let us move forward here. So no surprise, U.S. Consumer confidence is cratering. But that's great news, isn't it? And that home prices continue to surge despite the fact that home sales are cratering. Imagine my surprise over there too. In March, new home sales fell 8.6%. Meanwhile, prices continue to hit record high after record high. It's just out of control here. Let's move forward. We got a couple of warnings today too. Let's talk about that too. We got another warning here in the morning. It was from Morgan Stanley, who continues to warn over and over on the market. Maybe they're right this time. Who knows? Oh, yeah, that we should be prepared for this market to take a bigger hit. Okay, we're prepared. All right, we're in the right spots, I think. And we've been hearing this freaking warning for the longest time. And then the World Bank today comes out with another energy shock warning. Prepare for an energy shock, people. Look, you know what this is. This shock and this crisis and this and that and the other freaking thing is just another mechanism to throw trillions of dollars at. Trillions and trillions of dollars at these things. And the war that's going on over there, in case you didn't hear, yes, we're going to be sending even more weapons over there. The U.S. and its allies will move heaven and earth. That was the quote today. Heaven and earth to, support this war that's going on over there, that they're going to prolong for as long as they possibly can, and then even longer, killing whoever they have to kill, just to make sure that the mechanism stays in place to pull cash from the future. They think we don't know. They think that you and I are not aware of what is going on here, and it's just huge. So yes, a warning from World Bank. Energy shock. I'm shocked that they're saying it again. I tell you, it's absolutely out of control. Anyway, let's move forward again too. So we got, here's another one, people. Another warning, a trifecta of warnings today. This should be number 3. So we got Morgan Stanley warning on the market. You got freaking World Bank warning of energy shock. And now here, you got the IMF warning the global economy. There is significant uncertainty. I'm reading this literally. Significant uncertainty around baseline forecasts with regard to the global economy, with risk tilted, just tilted a little bit to the downside. Make it up. Make this stuff up right now if you possibly can. I think it's impossible to do. Look, so in summary here, people, I don't think we're hearing anything that's a shocker to us at all. We are ready for it. We are prepared for it. Energy crisis? Okay. All right. We know about this. Food crisis that Janet Yellen wants to start funding. Yeah, let's fund that too. Jamie Dimon wants to fund the energy crisis shock with $1.3 trillion initial installment here. Another $1 trillion for COVID, and who knows how much more for the war. How does it sound to you? Is it surprising to you that the market's not been cut in half so far? Anyway, I'll tell you, people, I think you have a handle on what's going on better than anybody. That's really the truth. Anyway, what else is there to say? Let's just keep our eyes on these things. And the main thing remains, it will not change, is that 10-year yield. Watching the dollar reaction to the news today, clear fear trade, stocks sold off. Is there more to go? I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. Would it surprise you? I don't think so. That's why we are spread out. That's why we are in a whole bunch of different things. But the main thing is understanding that we are going to face a moment here that everyone's warning about, we've known about for freaking years, an implosion on an incredible scale with regard to the financial markets. It's going to change the landscape of the world. It's going to literally be something on a biblical scale. Yeah, this is going to happen. There's no doubt about it. And if you think for a nanosecond that it's just by accident, who knew? This is, everybody knows, okay? Everybody knows. Don't listen to me. Listen to this guy. Thomas Patafri over here saying we're dancing on the Titanic. Yeah, I think we are. I think we all know we are. And things, how many times have I explained that this is going to get very real? And I mean real for people. People, look, how we have to embrace a whole bunch of things that goes way, way, way beyond the financial markets. What do we always tell you every Friday? Love each other, care about each other, be charitable. Does that make sense to you? We need each other. We can't let them continue to divide us and conquer us and, twist our minds into every which possible way that they can. And that's their goal. And then they're going to finish it all. The grand finale is coming, people, and you know that. We're going to see something that like we've never seen before in the history of the world when this thing comes down. I don't know. I hope people are prepared for it. I really do. Millions, tens of millions of people are going to die when this happens. A resource problem, forget about energy shock and food shortages. We are going to see a resource problem unfold literally on a biblical level. I've been warning of this for like 10 years, okay? Maybe before a lot of other people are now rearing their ugly head saying the same damn thing. The writing is on the wall. And I think we need to be prepared for this from every possible angle. All right, people, look, I'm going to end this video. Please comment. Let me know what you think about this, all the stuff I spoke about here today. Very important stuff. Please share the video. Get it out there. All right, this guy here loves you a lot, and I mean that from the heart. I'll see you in the morning.